What if I told you that the greatest warriors throughout history didn't win their battles through sheer strength? What if their true power came from mastering their minds instead of their bodies? Imagine facing the chaos of life like a soldier walking into the storm, unshaken, resolute, and with complete control over your thoughts and emotions. If you're ready to unlock that kind of mental toughness, then you're in the right place. This is Stoic Mastery, the home for those who want to master their minds and live like warriors. But first, before we dive deep into this ancient wisdom, hit like, drop a comment with the phrase, "I control my fate, not my emotions." And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the mental weapons that will transform your life. Now let's talk about the habits that will train your mind like a true warrior. Section 1. Master the art of control. The dichotomy of control. One of the most powerful teachings in Stoic philosophy and the cornerstone of mental mastery is the idea of control. But not just any kind of control. The kind of control that defines a true warrior. It's called the dichotomy of control, and it's something that, when mastered, will fundamentally change how you approach life's challenges. The dichotomy of control teaches us one crucial lesson. There are two types of things in life. The first is what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses. The second is everything else, other people, external events, the future, things beyond our power. The key to Stoic wisdom and to being mentally strong like a warrior is knowing the difference. Think about it for a second. How often do we spend time, energy, and even our peace of mind trying to control things that are outside our grasp? We try to control what other people think of us, how situations unfold, or even the actions of others. But as much as we try, these things remain beyond our reach. The Stoic understands that the only real control they have is over themselves, their thoughts, their emotions, and their actions. Everything else is out of their hands. A warrior doesn't waste energy on the uncontrollable. Instead, they focus only on what they can control. Imagine the strength and peace that comes with this realization. If you could stop stressing over what others think of you, if you could stop trying to predict the future, and if you could accept that external events will unfold whether you like it or not, what would that do for your mind? What would it feel like to know that your only focus is on your response to the world around you? This is the power of the Stoic mindset. Here's an example to consider. Think about a challenging situation in your life. Maybe you're going through a tough work project, a difficult conversation with a friend, or even just dealing with the pressures of life. The Stoic approach is simple. Instead of focusing on how uncontrollable these things are, a Stoic warrior focuses on how controlled they can remain, no matter what happens. When you stop fighting the external world and direct all your energy toward controlling how you respond, something magical happens. You free your mind. By focusing on your responses, you learn to detach from emotions like frustration, anger, or fear, because you realize that you can't control the events that trigger them, but you can control how you feel and what you do next. This is what makes a Stoic so powerful. They can walk into the storm and remain unshaken. So, how can you implement this in your life right now? Identify what you can control. Write down areas of your life where you have control. It might be your attitude, your actions, or how you approach a difficult task. Accept what you can't control. Recognize the things outside your power and release the need to control them. This includes things like how people act, the outcome of a situation, and anything that happens in the future. Focus on your response. Every time something happens, ask yourself, what can I control here? Focus on your reaction and choose to approach it calmly, with purpose, and with resilience. The key to being a Stoic warrior is to master your mind by only giving energy to the things that are within your control. The rest is noise, and the more you practice this, the more powerful you will become. Don't forget to like this video if you're ready to focus on what you can control, and drop a comment with the phrase, "I control my fate, not my emotions." When you adopt the dichotomy of control, you don't just become resilient, you become unstoppable. Section 2. The power of perception. Reframe your reality. Let's dive deeper into another key Stoic principle that can make you unshakable in the face of adversity: the power of perception. In Stoicism, it's not the events in life that disturb us, it's the way we interpret them. This is the idea of cognitive reframing, which the Stoics mastered long before modern psychology coined the term. Imagine for a moment that you're in the midst of a storm. The rain is coming down in sheets, the wind is howling, and the sky is dark. To most people, this would feel overwhelming, disorienting, and terrifying. But to a Stoic warrior, they see the storm as just another event, something outside their control, but not something that will disturb their inner peace. They don't react emotionally to the chaos. Instead, they choose how to respond. This ability to reframe your reality, to change the way you interpret situations, is a superpower. It's not about denying reality or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about choosing how you view the circumstances. The Stoic warrior doesn't see obstacles. They see opportunities. They don't see failures. They see lessons. They don't see bad luck. They see challenges that help them grow. Here's where the power of perception becomes clear. The Stoic asks themselves, what is the opportunity here? What can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger from this experience? Instead of being a victim of their circumstances, they become a master of their response. They know that their peace of mind isn't determined by external events. It's determined by how they view and respond to those events. Let's apply this to something practical. Imagine you get stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. To most people, this situation is an inconvenience, something that causes stress, frustration, and anger. But for a Stoic, it's a chance to practice patience. It's an opportunity to reflect, to detach from the pressure of time, and to embrace the present moment. They understand that getting angry about the traffic will not make it go away, but staying calm will keep them focused and composed, no matter the delay. What if you reframed other stressful events in your life in the same way? Perhaps you're facing a difficult conversation, a breakup, or a tough project at work. The Stoic perspective would be to ask, what is the value in this situation? What can I control here? What can I learn? Rather than allowing negative emotions to spiral out of control, you would recognize the emotion, then shift your focus to what you can do to make the situation better or grow from it. This process of reframing takes time and practice, but it's incredibly powerful. It allows you to reclaim control over your emotional state, even in the most chaotic situations. The Stoic teaches us that while we can't always control what happens, we can always control how we perceive what happens. So, what's your next challenge? Think about it. Whatever you're facing right now, whether it's a stressful moment or a difficult task, how can you reframe it in a way that serves you? What can you learn from it? What opportunity is hiding beneath the surface? It might seem like a small shift, but over time, this will transform your entire approach to life. Every obstacle becomes a chance to strengthen your mind, every failure a lesson in resilience. If you're ready to change the way you perceive challenges, hit that like button and drop a comment with the phrase, "I control my fate, not my emotions." The true warrior isn't defined by what happens to them. They are defined by how they choose to see the world around them. You have the power to reframe your reality, just like them. Section 3. Embrace the chaos. Anticipate and prepare for life's storms. Every great warrior knows that the true battle doesn't happen on the battlefield, it happens in the mind. And one of the most powerful ways to train your mind is by embracing the chaos of life instead of fearing it. Stoics teach us that uncertainty and hardship are inevitable. No matter how well we plan or how carefully we try to protect ourselves, life will throw challenges our way. The key to staying resilient is not avoiding these challenges, but preparing for them in advance. This principle, known as premeditation malorum, is the practice of mentally preparing for the worst-case scenario. The Stoics didn't live in fear or paranoia, but rather they anticipated difficulties so that they could be calm and collected when they inevitably arrived. This is a form of proactive mental training. It's not about inviting misfortune into your life. It's about expecting it and choosing how you will respond when it does come. Imagine a warrior who prepares for battle by training every day, not just in physical combat, but also in mental discipline. They know that the enemy will not follow their plans, that ambushes and unexpected turns will happen. Instead of being caught off guard or overwhelmed by what they cannot control, the warrior is ready to adapt and remain calm no matter what happens. The Stoic warrior views every challenge, no matter how disruptive, as an opportunity to grow stronger and more capable. Why does this work? Because when you anticipate difficulty, you are no longer caught by surprise when it occurs. You've already processed the worst-case scenario in your mind, and when it happens, you feel a sense of calm readiness rather than fear or anxiety. The emotional charge is gone, leaving you with a clear head and a stronger will. Take a moment to think about a challenge in your life right now. Maybe it's a big project at work, an important conversation, or a personal conflict. Instead of fearing the uncertainty, try to anticipate it. What's the worst that could happen? What obstacles might you face along the way? And how will you handle them when they do come? Once you've mentally prepared for the difficulties, you will find that they lose their power to overwhelm you. Instead of feeling helpless, you'll be able to meet the challenge with a calm, steady mindset. Here's how you can put this into practice. Visualize the obstacles. Sit down quietly and imagine the worst-case scenario of a challenge you're facing. Visualize it clearly in your mind. What difficulties might arise? What problems could you encounter? What's the worst thing that could happen? Plan your response. Once you've imagined these challenges, think about how you'll respond to them. How will you stay calm and focused? What actions can you take to minimize damage or to turn the situation around? Accept the inevitability of difficulty. Understand that life is full of uncertainty. The Stoics never saw hardship as something to avoid. Instead, they saw it as a natural part of life. The more you embrace this, the less you'll be shaken when the storm comes. By anticipating life's challenges in advance, you become mentally prepared to handle them when they arrive. You don't waste energy fighting against what's out of your control. Instead, you focus on the one thing you can control, your response. So, the next time you face adversity, remember, it's not about avoiding the storm, it's about preparing for it. And when it hits, you'll be able to walk through it like a warrior, calm, focused, and unshaken. Like this video if you're ready to embrace the chaos and prepare your mind for whatever life throws at you. And don't forget to drop a comment with the phrase, "I control my fate, not my emotions." You have the power to prepare, and when you do, no storm can ever truly break you. Section 4. Develop inner strength, the practice of self-discipline. A true warrior knows that strength isn't built in a single moment of glory. It's built through relentless, everyday effort. The same holds true for developing mental and emotional strength. Self-discipline is the foundation of all great warriors, and it's the key to unlocking your own power. Without discipline, we're at the mercy of our emotions, our impulses, and external circumstances. The Stoics understood this better than anyone, and they believed that without self-discipline, we can't fully control our thoughts, our actions, or our destiny. Imagine a warrior who doesn't wait for battle to come to them. They train day in and day out. Every movement is precise, every decision calculated. The warrior doesn't choose the easy path. They choose the path that forges strength. They wake up early, practice relentlessly, and stay focused, no matter how difficult or inconvenient it may be. It's this daily commitment to self-mastery that sets them apart. And it's this same self-discipline that will set you apart from the crowd. Self-discipline is about saying no to short-term pleasures and yes to long-term growth. It's about making choices today that your future self will thank you for. Whether it's resisting the temptation to procrastinate, pushing yourself to work out when you don't feel like it, or practicing patience in stressful situations. Discipline is about maintaining control over your actions, no matter the external circumstances. Here's the thing, self-discipline doesn't mean you're rigid or inflexible. It means you're able to make decisions based on your goals, not your impulses. The Stoics believed that to achieve inner peace, we must train ourselves to detach from the constant pull of our desires. We need to build the strength to say, no, I won't be ruled by my impulses. Instead, we ask ourselves, what is the right action for me, here and now? How can you start practicing self-discipline? Start small. Begin by setting small, achievable goals that will push you outside your comfort zone. It could be as simple as waking up 15 minutes earlier each day, or saying no to distractions when you're working. Stick to your commitments. Every time you follow through on something you said you would do, you build trust in yourself. This self-trust is the cornerstone of true strength. Embrace discomfort. Whether it's physical, mental, or emotional discomfort, know that this is where growth happens. If you want to be stronger, you must train in the moments that challenge you the most. Remember, warriors are forged in the fires of self-discipline. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Each day you make the disciplined choice, you become one step closer to mastering your own mind. If you're ready to strengthen your self-discipline, hit that like button and drop your empowering phrase, I control my fate, not my emotions. By committing to self-discipline, you will not only build strength, but you will also find the power to shape your future, one choice at a time. Section 5. Live with purpose. Align your actions with your values. A warrior fights for something greater than themselves, something worth dying for. But what makes the difference between a warrior and a lost soul is purpose. The Stoics understood that a life without purpose is a life without direction. Without a clear sense of purpose, we are tossed around like a ship without a rudder, vulnerable to the storms of life. But when you live with purpose, every action becomes meaningful. Every challenge becomes a step towards something greater. Think about a warrior on a battlefield. Every move they make, every strike they deliver, is guided by a sense of purpose. They don't fight aimlessly. They fight because they know what they're defending, whether it's their land, their values, or their people. This sense of meaning gives them the strength to endure hardship, to keep fighting even when the odds are stacked against them. And that same sense of purpose is what will drive you to keep going, even when things get tough. To live with purpose means that your actions are aligned with your values, those core beliefs and principles that define who you are. A Stoic doesn't waste time chasing fleeting pleasures or following the crowd. Instead, they focus on what truly matters to them: personal growth, wisdom, justice, and virtue. Their decisions are grounded in these values, which means that no matter the external circumstances, their sense of self is unshakable. But here's the truth: living with purpose is a conscious choice. It doesn't just happen by accident. It takes reflection, discipline, and action. You have to ask yourself, what do I stand for? What do I want to contribute to the world? What is my legacy? The Stoics believed that every person has the potential to live a life of virtue. But to do that, you must align your daily actions with your values. Otherwise, you'll end up living a life of distraction and regret. So how can you start living with purpose? Clarify your values. Take a moment to reflect on what truly matters to you. Is it honesty, courage, compassion? Define the values that guide your decisions. Set meaningful goals. Identify the bigger vision for your life. What do you want to accomplish? Make sure your daily actions are aligned with these goals. Make decisions based on your values. Every day, ask yourself, does this action align with my purpose? If it doesn't, make a conscious choice to refocus and realign. Living with purpose means living intentionally. It's about making choices today that align with the life you want to create. With purpose as your compass, you'll navigate through life with clarity and resilience. If you're ready to live a life of purpose and align your actions with your values, hit that like button and drop a comment with the empowering phrase, "I control my fate, not my emotions." When you live with purpose, every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow, and every action becomes a step toward your true self. You've just learned the principles that will transform your mind, your life, and your future. By mastering control, reframing your perception, embracing chaos, developing discipline, and living with purpose, you're unlocking the power of a true Stoic warrior. Now, it's your turn to take action. If you're ready to rise to your full potential, hit that like button, subscribe to Modern Stoicism, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to level up your mind. Remember, I control my fate, not my emotions. Keep mastering your mind and become the warrior you were meant to be.